Oh, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Everyday Conversation. Fresh off vacation. Feeling pretty rejuvenated
Oh, that's
today.
what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, welcome back, Martina Kennedy, and welcome back to all of our fans and loyal viewers and listeners out here in Everyday Conversation Land. I'm your
Yes.
co-host, Mr. William J. Pennell, Mr. J in the place, and I'm always here with the amazing Martina Kennedy. Y'all know a Cherry, old Cherry. You know,
Appreciate it.
you know.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you been out there on vacay, ain't you, girl?
Man, listen. You have to at least do it at least once a year. So when the
Man,
kids go, when the kids out, we have to take that opportunity or whatever.
I don't
Um,
know, man. Listen, hey, listen,
it's
I don't listen. The way my child be talking about things, man. Listen, I'm scared to even goddamn go to the grocery store with her, cause I just don't understand. I be, man,
trust me.
man.
I know.
I Yeah, I know it. You got three times the trouble, man. You hear me? I'm like, man, I be around here crying about one, and man, listen. And my sister, my boy, shut up. I don't want to hear all that. Oh yeah, you're right. Hey, yeah, you're right. I'm no problem. I don't have much to say. Yeah,
We
yeah, man.
they stay in our pocket.
Yeah,
Um, and but I mean that's our job. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to make sure that we take care of our kids and do our part and step in when it's needed and all the above. Go above and beyond because it's like I said, it's our job.
I'm
And
tired of being an adult. I ain't lying. I'm tired of being one.
you speaking to the choir now.
Man, I'm tired of being an adult right
You
now.
speaking to a whole lot of us right now.
I want to wake up tomorrow and not have to worry about paying nothing. I
Yeah,
don't need no notification in my phone about what I
right.
got to pay. I just want to wake up and just go do whatever, nothing.
Just do
Just
you. Yeah,
just
whatever you feel like doing.
man, listen, can't
Adulting
do
is
that.
hard. Like being an adult is hard.
It's very
Um,
hard.
and for the kids that want to be grown so fast
They
and
don't know nothing about it.
want to know what it feel like. See, they want to know about the part of being able to stay out late and coming in when
Hmm.
you want to and doing all this other stuff, but they forget about the most important parts about paying bills and keeping a roof over your head and food on the table and stuff like that. So
Right,
they forget about that part.
right,
And I
right,
and
right.
that's what I wanted to kind of talk about today. I was reading an article about one of the basketball players. As a matter of fact, his name is
Hold on, before you get off into that.
okay.
I just wanna shout out, the BJCC for hosting the women's March Madness that was
Yes.
there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie now, I ain't gonna lie, even though, I was at the games and stuff like that, and as y'all can see, y'all see what it is, Duke Blue Devils, y'all know we taking it all the way. But shout out Coach Dunn. You know what I'm saying? That Friday when she got there, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I said, I know her outfit she had on probably about well over 2 grand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she ain't just give us that flair like she normally do. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That Sunday when Coach walked out there, Coach got down, she was Chanel to the floor.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Coach with Chanel to the floor. Do you hear me? And she just, so and the other teams were great too. You know what I'm saying? Like Duke played North Carolina um Friday. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And no, was that Friday? No, that wasn't Friday. That was Wednesday. Good, good.
Yeah.
But
Wednesday.
shout out to the women basketball, collegiate basketball and the Mars Madness for coming to
I
Birmingham,
think
to the
it,
BJCC. Yeah, it
I
was
hate on
great.
me.
It was great. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
You know it was serious when my sister come all the way from Chattanooga. Shout out to Tamara. You know what I'm saying? Her and Ron, they at the game
Oh
too. You
yeah.
feel me? Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
saw
You
she was
know, yeah, yeah. You know it was serious when so. But yeah, it was a great time. You know what I'm saying? It was good for the city. You know what I'm saying? When no BS.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I for some odd reason I chose to get my ticket in a all South Carolina section, and you know it's real when the other race that lady she said, "Sir, you are in the wrong section, sir." I said, "Okay." I was over there coaching and everything for Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah the police
And
had the police lady said, "Hey, I ain't gonna be too far just in case things get bad for you." You know what I'm saying? So you know how
at least
you know
somebody had your back.
you feel me, man.
You was
So
outnumbered.
out very outnumbered. They was like, your little section is over there. It's over there. Like I was like, okay, so. But yeah, let's
Man.
go on with the subject, with the topic.
Yeah.
Let's go with it.
So I was reading. You scrolling or whatever,
Hmm.
and came across the basketball player that played for Timberwolves,
Anthony
um,
Edwards.
Anthony Edwards.
Okay. Okay.
And Anthony he's pretty young. I'm assuming he like 22, 23, something like that.
Hmm.
And it was saying something about him paying his child support for his child that he had with a girl last year. The
Oh,
girl is
okay.
like 38 years old or something like that. I mean, but
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
yeah, she like
Hold on.
38.
She 38.
I think she like 38.
Let's just go and round it up. She 40. Let's go
Yeah.
and round it up.
And
She 40.
he 23. He 23. So and I don't know like if this is
Hey, I
it's everywhere, so I'm not sure if it's confirmed indefinitely that he did do so. But they were saying that he paid $1 million, a million 80, that's paying up for the next 18 years for his child. So my question, and I tried to kind of make sense of why he would do it, and I guess it can be for a lot of reasons. One, I mean, who's to say that he'll be playing basketball in the next? I'm just hypothetically thinking in the next 5 years. He might want to do something else. Um, and just to make sure that his child, that he's done that part to take care of his child, which I still feel like, okay, you gave that lump sum. So my question is that it? Is that all? Is that all you're gonna pay, or is
yeah
this just setting your child up?
so
Putting,
let me give you some backstory, right? So this young man 22
I think he's
and
22, 23.
and she 40 years old.
Right.
Number one, I done been where he was at. I ain't have his money, but I done been where he was at. A young man dealing with an older woman. She doing things to you ain't no other chicken did to you. You hear me? Like that's a grown woman. I
Right.
was 18. I was 18 dealing with a woman that was 28 years old.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So for him to be a young man like that, he's a professional basketball player. And I haven't, so let me say this, I haven't really been keeping up with the story, but
Hmm.
it's been coming to me here and
Right.
there, left and right. So number one, I'm not here to judge
Right.
or even speak on in a negative light, right? But I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. So um and a lot of people probably saying, hey, for her to be 38 years old, 40, I ain't gonna keep saying 38. For her to be 40, you know what I'm talking about? For her to be 40 and he 22, 23 years old. Now, my thing is I've been in situations to where, some women will do certain things. You know what I'm saying? To try to, keep you in the loop or try to keep you, you know what I'm saying, or whatever.
Mhm.
So they had to have some type of relationship. You know what I'm saying? For him
Yeah, I
to,
think they are dating. I think they probably still together. I'm not sure. So it's not a one like
listen, cuz they ain't together doing nothing. He don't listen. From what I heard, that man said he don't want to have nothing to do with her or the baby. That's why
okay,
he can't. That's
okay,
why
so now
he
it's
yeah
making sense. That's why I
right.
said
That's
so
why he
someone end up.
yeah. That's why
Okay.
he basically jumped out and was like, hey, look, what the whole ticket is? I'm trying to pay
Okay.
the whole ticket. You see
Okay,
what I'm
now that
saying?
makes sense to me.
And so for him to be that age, and so then, but this what really this what really kind of made it look bad on her part as a woman, right? You were pregnant, so you moved yourself from Georgia all the way to California to have your baby in California because the laws are different
Different.
out there in California.
Okay.
So guess what? Everybody looking at the fact that, oh, okay, but guess what? You reside in Georgia, so you just moved out there to have your baby. So your baby
Right.
can be born in California. So you're gonna utilize the California laws when it
Mhm.
comes to child support. But that judge out there, no,
Mm,
you're gonna go all the way back over there to Georgia and let that judge in Georgia handle this situation because that's where you reside at. So I
okay.
did catch that. I did peep that. But for you to make a strategic move like that, to move out there, to and I'm gonna just be honest with you, to just make this situation work out in your favor against this young man, hey, guess what? He should have wrapped it up for all the ones out there that got something to say. Yeah, he should have wrapped it up. He should have, you know what I'm saying? He should have protected himself. But guess what? It still ain't no excuse for her with her hidden agenda, her hidden alternative motive to get what she gonna try to get about that young man like that. You get what I'm saying? I ain't mad about it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, as they say, you got to get it out the mud, get it how you live. If that's how she had to get it, then hey, that's on her. But it didn't work out in her favor. So guess what? If you got what it was, 1,000,008, 1.8,
Me 80.
$1,080.
Yeah.
Hold on, $1,080, 18 years. So they like 5 grand a month.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, they're about 5 grand a
5 grand a
month,
month.
right?
Mhm.
That's 5 grand a month. Okay. So out of 5 grand a month, 18 years.
Mhm.
So you really mean to tell me now? I know our kids spend some money, but us as adults, I ain't spending no 5 grand a month on Savannah, and I ain't finna allow her to allow me to spend 5 grand a month on her like that. I ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? So now, when you look at other celebrities that's on child support, you know what I'm saying? They paying 10, 20 grand a month. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like they children and they baby mama rides to getting it in. I'm
Yeah.
talking about they getting it in. You know what I'm saying? So for me, y'all, I'm just like, 5 grand a month. Oh, okay, yeah, cool. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't mad at old boy. You feel me, bruh? You 22 years old, and like you said, who knows what this young man want to be doing 5 years from now? He may be the next Michael Jordan. He may be the next LeBron. He may be the next Steph Curry. You feel me? He may be the next Zion Williams. We don't
He's
know.
definitely he's definitely a great player.
Okay,
Um,
okay,
I've
okay.
been kind of following his stats and stuff like that. He's a good player.
And then and then, and
But
then
he's
for
young.
yeah, and then for me, why would you wanna why would you wanna why would you wanna try to make yourself be in a situation like that? You know what I'm saying? That man young, he was having fun with that lady. She knew what to do to get to him. She 40 years old, man. You feel me? Like, and you ain't finna tell me a woman that's 40 years old, well seasoned, well experienced. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that boy don't know. Hey, he don't know nothing about that. He ain't never, probably ain't never. You get what I'm saying? So
Well, go ahead.
I think for me, I ain't mad and I don't even see. Okay, hold on. As a father, right?
Okay.
So I gotta separate, you know, 51st from, what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So as a father, I I kind of see it. I kind of see it twofold, right? So I got to focus on me. You get what I'm saying? In order for me to, you know what I'm saying? Cause if I don't focus on me to go do it, then I don't never know if I can be this great basketball phenomenon. You feel? And me having a baby right now, or me got to devote this time to this baby right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, get what? He don't know nothing about it. You see what I'm saying? That's why he made a move such as this. Now, for a father standpoint, I can't walk away from my child either. That's just me.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to say. So I mean, you gotta separate the two. Okay, just because you and this girl not gonna be together does not give you the right to say I don't want no him. Here go $1 million. I don't want no dealings with the child. Like you, he might be 22, 23 years old, but he's well aware of what's going on. So
Cause
them,
I ain't gonna put his age on there like that. Cause
and it ain't
it's a
even
it's
about
a
that for
but
real.
get what? Cause it's some folks our age 40 plus that's well aware of what's going on and still do some
Right.
shit right now today.
and
You
and,
know what I'm
and it ain't
saying?
and they dealing with people that ain't really got no money. It's just about some of it is about control.
And so
Some
so
of it is about
right,
jealousy. It just
right.
depends on the situation. So like in order to tie themselves down or tie somebody down
Hmm.
with them, they use that.
Guess what? So for that man to be such, hey, I don't want to have nothing to do with her or the baby. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Right. That's like
Listen, listen. Can you imagine? And then, oh yeah, yeah. They said he got two more other women pregnant last year or something. That's a rumor or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. But can you imagine what's getting said on the back end to where, um, come on, hold on. So can you imagine what got said on the back end of what was going on for that man, that young man to speak as in, I hate her. You see what I'm saying? That's hate talk.
yeah.
That's hate talk. Like, what was she saying to this young man to make this young man, you know what I'm saying? Or how was she handling him to make that young man speak with such hate?
She could have
And,
been handling him like a little boy. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know, but I mean, just based off of, and I mean, you gotta put the age in there because she probably feel like she got the upper hand on him when it comes to certain common sense and knowledge of certain things. So she feel like, oh, let me do this and come up right quick.
Right. So, and also too, I think what the world and society now looking at, man, I don't know nothing about the young man. Hey, listen, for him to be a multi-millionaire right now, that man probably ain't never had no bread like that. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So, of course, hey, some folks see it as a flex. I kind of do, but then again, I don't, cause like I said, as a father, I just can't walk away from my baby like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I
Like
don't
he
listen. I'm finna share this with our viewers, our listeners, and and everybody in the everyday conversation world like him. Savannah mama picked up and moved my baby all the way to Virginia. So as a father, what I was doing when I got off work on Friday evening at 11:30 at night, I gassed the car up, went and took a nap, jumped up early, went and picked I'm driving all the way to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. That's the halfway point.
mm,
I'm driving all the way to Gatlinburg, Tennessee to pick my baby up, drive back just so I can take my baby to see my mama, my daddy, you know what I'm saying, my sisters, you feel me? And I'm getting right back up Sunday morning, driving right back to Gatlinburg just to drop my baby off. You know what I'm saying? So she can get back to school in Virginia on Monday morning. That's what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? When that's just what I had to do in order for me to see my child. You know what
right.
I'm saying? But in certain situations, man, when it comes to that, right? In certain situations, sometimes cause you can't never. I just don't. Like I said, it's a twofold to it. You know,
Yeah,
he
it's definitely like
he got to focus on his career. He got a baby, you know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, for him to speak with the hate to this lady
that
publicly, publicly
that
now.
have nothing to do with the love for his child. I can't agree with him doing it that way because here's the thing. Okay, he has a career and most of his 75% of his time is dealing with his career. He might have a little downtime or whatever, and they traveling a lot. Okay, this baby's young. Okay, cool. Why is it that certain men feel like they can push things to the side and say, "Well, I'm too busy for this right now." But the mama got to be there to make sure that everything continues to run properly when it comes to the kids. You can't pick and choose of the times that you want to be a parent. Parent is 24/7, 7 days a week. Like you don't get no downtime, no off time until they become an adult. And even then it's even harder because now you got to worry about their safety and everything else. So I don't understand. Okay, yeah, your career, if that's what he's making it about, that shouldn't you should not be able to just say, okay, here go $1 million and I'm done. That should be like it should be a law to stop people from being able to throw a little money in somebody's face and disappear.
Well. So here's the thing. He'll never disappear. You get what I'm saying? And for for and I'm just speaking. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I can speak personally on some levels as of um I know some females that talk straight up junk about their baby dad. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Cause she mad with him
She
and,
mad.
and gonna say it to the child. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But when that man do get around his child, he don't display none of those things that her mama been in, or his mom or her mom been and told them about their dad. You see what I'm saying? They get to see a totally different person from what they saying, from what they mama saying about them. You get what I'm saying? Like, so, and just for the record, right? I don't know. I don't know what that feel like. Savannah 14 years old and I ain't never been on no child support.
Right.
I'm talking about I've been handling it. I'm talking about since day one at the gate. Like,
'Cause
you know,
that's your job. And like I was talking to somebody at work today, why does it have to come to that?
because so
Every
listen,
parent know their part. Every parent, man or woman, every parent know their part.
it
You
don't
play the
have to
part
come
in
to that.
making it, it don't. But then you got some women that get mad because the man been moved on, they jealous or whatever, so they do things to try to get back at the parent, not knowing that they're actually hurting the child. You only thinking about yourself versus not, thinking about the whole scenario of how this gonna make my child feel when dad or mama ain't around because I'm using my emotions to carry this situation. Like you can't
And
do it that way.
not even that. I'm finna and some I understand some of them use that child to hurt the man.
Yeah,
You gonna keep the baby away from the man cause you mad cause he
he
left
mad.
you he left you to go he left you for Kiki.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You and your cousin and your sister and them ran by Kiki mama house and flatten the girl tires and all that. Kiki ain't got nothing to do with it. But I ain't gonna lie, Kiki have been popping off a little bit. But Kiki ain't got no baby with the man you do. So then when the man wanna see a child, and guess what? Sometimes some of the situations that the man do be being consistent with trying to get his child or see his child. And
Mhm.
sometimes they don't. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times they don't. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And so, you know, and then you got some of the men out here that'll get upset too. You know what I'm saying? Cause Kiki done moved on and started talking to little man man. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You call him man man and you and your partner them want to slide on man man them block and all that, all call man man with Kiki. You know what I'm saying? But
As adults, as adults, it's you gotta be able to separate the two. Like you cannot carry those emotions trying
doing
to trying to hurt the other parent or get back at the other parent and not think
hmm
about the child. You can't do it
right,
that way.
right.
So it's like, okay, he didn't gave $1 million.
hmm
Yeah, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to take care of a child if it's done correctly. And I don't mean not her trying to live above her means because she feel like she can do so. That
hmm
that money should do a whole lot of things for that child.
It's supposed to.
It's
It definitely
supposed to.
it definitely supposed to. You know what I'm
And not
saying?
not saying that paying, like, okay, paying the bills, keeping the roof over the child head, that part comes along with the territory.
hmm
Um, but all that extra stuff, like, that shouldn't be.
No,
But
but see,
here's
get
my
what? That see, they want to live the lifestyle like that. You
right.
know what I'm saying? They want to live the lifestyle like that. That's what they want to do. They don't want to. You know what I'm saying? It goes back to um mama's baby, dad's baby. You know what I'm saying? And I you can really you can go
Yeah,
you can find your dad.
I was
A lot of guys that
you breaking up.
a lot of guys that don't have the I ain't even gonna say the mental capacity, but a lot of guys would um choose not to be they would choose not to be with that woman. You know what I'm saying? But you hurting your child in the process though. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? You hurting your
right, and
child in the process.
and that's why I said you at some point you got to be an adult about the situation. Like you can't be around her carrying them emotions because y'all feeling some type of way at each other and all this and that. And
Right.
that's just like I was looking at another some judge show, and the father had children. He's a school teacher. He's bringing in about $50,000 a year. The mom is in the real estate business, so she's bringing in about 150,000 a year. Well, she on child support. She's either on child support or she pays a certain amount of money a month. I think which is $400. And he took her to court because he felt like, hey, I need more money. I mean, you making this amount of money and I'm making this amount of money, and I'm barely making it. I'm barely getting by. So it's like he wanted to get more money from her, and she was just basically like one of those girls that kind of look down on other people or whatever. And she's like, I mean, nobody didn't tell him to go get that little teacher job. He should have got a job that was going to pay more money. He should have got something that he should have found a better career that was going to be able to take care of his children and whatever he needed to be taken care of. And when she said that, it pissed the judge off because how dare you sit up here and call his job little, number one. Sometimes people take on careers because it's about the passion for the job. Sometimes it don't always be about the money. He's a school teacher and I'm sure he loves kids. And it seems like he does. I mean, he got his kids with him versus her having them. And so the judge was like, you know what, you making this amount of money, he's getting this amount of money from you. This is what he's making. I'm gonna up the payment to $2,300 a month. And I was like, okay, $2,300 a month is to me is a little extreme for for a man or woman if they was bringing in $150,000. Um, I would say maybe 1,000 to 1,200, maybe cutting that in half.
See,
But
let me tell you something. So no, that's not what that is, right? So
okay,
you got somebody that's making $150,000 a year, right?
right,
So what the system factor in and how they look at it and how they come up with that number. So at the same time, they gonna look at I'm gonna just no, I ain't gonna use you, Jay. Like the people you talking about. They looked at
hmm
his income and they looked at her income and they
hmm
split it down the middle.
down the
You know what
middle.
I'm saying? Now,
hmm
what also comes into factor is who insurance that the children own.
I
You get
believe
what
they
I'm
on the
saying?
days. I believe they on his.
That's what I'm saying. So that that
hmm
that made it another. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say an issue, but that increases his side. Cause guess what? That's coming out of his take on pay. You see what I'm saying? Like, well, not the take on pay, but that's coming out of his money. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? He told the kids on his insurance at the job. So
Right.
that's another nomenclature that's got to get spoke on, right? So you like, hold on, wait a minute. His little job did this, so yeah, of course she was like, wait a minute, ma'am, I'm already being lenient. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you're making 150,000. So depending on how many kids it is, you know what I'm saying? So if she took it up to
I
twenty three
think
hundred,
it's two.
it got to be two kids involved. You see what
hmm
I'm saying? It got to be two kids involved. You know, if she took it up to 2,300, you know what I'm saying? So that's really, you know what I'm. So that's really what uh uh $1,100 per child, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Right. hmm
So that's how they calculate that. You know what I'm saying? It's also your area. It's also, you know what I'm saying. It's a lot that goes into it. It's not just cause they make that money or nothing like that. No, that ain't how it goes. There's a lot that goes into that way. You know what I'm saying? That's not what that is at all.
Okay. So here's another sit, and it's so many layers to being on child support or just being supportive of your children, even if you're not with the parents.
Hmm.
Okay, so I was reading another day about a mom put the baby dad on blast on social media. You know how they do.
Hmm.
Don't know how to be grown about the situation.
Hmm.
And the child needed some shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the dad was already on child support,
Mm-hmm.
and she reached out to him, was like, "Hey, she either reached out or had the child to reach out, and no, the child reached out, and Dad, I need some shoes. Well, baby, where that child support money that I sent your mama? I send your mama child support every month. Here's where I draw the line at. Number one, what them kids shouldn't know nothing about, and this is just me how I feel about it. Kids should not know nothing about what it is that the parent is receiving from the other parent,
Mm-hmm.
because what that do is that causes conflict with the child and the parent that they living with, because now they're gonna be looking at the fact, well, hey, well, I get such and such, well, where's my money? My daddy said or my mama said, and where's my money? So now you got another problem on top of a problem. Parents got to learn how to be an adult to make sure that the situation is closed shut tight, so that no, the kids won't get hurt.
I agree. I agree. I agree. But then again, I don't agree because number one, I'm looking at the fact of how I'm looking at the fact of how the doggone. I'm looking at the fact of how a person can go ahead and um that dad can go ahead and feel some type of way about the mama. Now,
Hmm.
here it is, he has a job, but guess what? Man, can you imagine you putting in all these hours every week at this job, and when you get your paycheck ain't but $600. You know what I'm saying? Because the child support came up out of there. So now, get what? And I'm getting paid every 2 weeks.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So now I got to pay my rent. I got to eat. I got to get back and forth to work. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, I got to, you know what I'm saying? I got to pay my phone bill, my light, my water. You get what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
now, at the same time, that's just what, like you said, that's just what you got to do.
Yeah.
That's just what you got to do. But now, at the same time, also, when it comes down to you, when it comes down to you, like you said, as an adult, if your child call and ask you for some shoes, now me personally, and I'm gonna say this, me personally, I truly can simply say, well, babe, I can't get you. You know what I'm saying? That would be a wise thing to say. You know what I'm saying? Or let me see what I can do. I agree, but that individual may be so pissed off and mad. Well, I'm sending the money over there every month. You know what I'm saying? I'm sending this money over there every month. What your mama doing? What your mama doing with the child support? Of course, they're gonna get serious, especially when you're dealing
But
with an
how would
individual.
the kid know? How would the child know what's being done with the money?
Guess what? They won't know. They won't know. And then, man, I was standing in somebody's kitchen one time, and I was just they were talking about that, and that man said, "Man, what you talking about child support? What are you talking about? Um, you don't know what the money gonna get spent on. You don't know where they gonna get spent on. They got to have a roof over. That man
Breaking
paying
up.
no damn bills in here like that. So
He said what?
it's almost like a catch 22. But then again, like
Right. I just feel like, what's so hard about it? What's so hard about taking care of your child? What's so hard about just because you giving child support, you feel like you don't supposed to do nothing extra. You got some real mothers that's out here and these fathers are on child
Right.
support and they feel like, oh well, that's all I'm doing is I'm paying child support. I'm not doing nothing extra. What about field trips? What about when they get sick? What about like you said, them, insurance and things like that? It's so many other things that these kids need. And what you give might not be enough for the real mothers out here that's doing what they supposed to do with the money and making sure that their child is taken care of, but they still need a little help because not only do they got
Hmm.
that child, they got three other kids. So, and this is my last thing on this. So just say the child and got child support money, and the child want to go to McDonald's, but you got three other kids. So do you use the child support money to feed all of the kids, or do you just only feed that child who is four?
Hey, as a responsible, sensible parent, right? You totally going to use that money to feed your children. Now, if the children that you feed, if what you say, if it's that third child, they sure enough gonna be in my dad is sent this money over here so we can eat. You see what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
So, but as a responsible parent, you're gonna take that money and feed your household. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
But that
you
ain't what
know,
I gave you the money for. I ain't give you my money for you to feed your other kids. I ain't got nothing to do with they dad not doing what they supposed to do. I'm taking care of my child. So
but
why are
get,
you using my
but
money for my child to pay for your other kids?
but guess what? At the same time, I'm gonna say this: you're not. So God ain't gonna continue to bless you first and foremost, and
Mhm.
number two, you're not a decent human being if you was to watch a child go without eating just
Fact,
because that's not your child. You feel me?
fact.
Cause
But
get
they
what?
out here though.
Yeah, yeah, they are him. They are
They
him.
out
Cause
here.
they definitely are him. They definitely are here. They are definitely out here.
And that's the crazy thing. And that's why I say, what's so hard about taking care of your children? It shouldn't have to come to a point where you got to, unless you're going through a divorce or something, it should be some type of agreement that just because we're not together and we don't stay together, this is what needs to happen. You got to
Hmm.
sit down and have a real adult conversation with the other parent. Like that's just what
Hmm.
it is. Like it's messy. It's messy because it shouldn't even have to come to this.
Right.
Do your part. Do your part as a parent, and
Right.
go overboard if you have to. It's okay. It's not a crime.
Hmm.
But you got these dudes out here that feel like they only do a little or they don't do none at all, and they walk around here posting money, flexing, and all this other stuff, and ain't seen their child, ain't bought their child a meal or a pack of panties or t-shirts or nothing else, but they out here flexing, with stacks of money and all this other stuff. Like that's not adulting. Like that's not cool. That's not cool. And let's not forget, just because you giving child support that you feel like you don't supposed to spend time. Well, I'm busy today. Well, I sent that money, so that should give you something to do. Go out and find you something to do with that money. And I'll see you. I'll probably see you in about a month or so. Like time is so more important to children these days than anything. They will forget all about that money, but that time you're not spending that time with them, they'll never forget.
Right. Right. Right.
But
Well,
I had to kind of touch on that today because I was just like it's so many layers to that and so many different stories and stuff like that.
I mean, for me, I ain't mad with him. I ain't mad with him. I disagree with him walking away from his child, but I ain't
Mhm.
mad with him about
trying to go ahead. Cause guess what? Next week or 3 days from now or 90 days from now, he may have a change of heart. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? He may just start doing things with the baby, with the child. You know what I'm saying? He may go back to court, but guess what? Him for and again, ain't nobody paying attention to how this man talking to. He's literally speaking hatred. Hey, I don't want nothing to do with her or that baby. I want to get this done and over with out my life. I want to pay for everything right now. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, bro, something missing. Like, bro, this your child, this your baby. Like, get what? You was somebody's child. You know what I'm saying? Even if your mom didn't love you, even if your daddy wasn't there, somebody still wrap their arms around you to show you what love feel like, or try to, right? You know what I'm saying? Or try to. So again, I'm not mad with him. I ain't upset with him about it. I just disagree with his decision to not be a part of his child life. You know what I'm saying? Cause here's the thing. I guarantee a lot of dudes wish that they was in that position to go ahead and pay everything up front. You know what I'm saying? And then you got a lot of dudes. I'm gonna use myself, y'all. I know I ain't on child support, but for the past for the past uh uh 14 years, the past 14 years, even when my baby was way up there in Virginia, the closest bank to their house was Wells Fargo. I had to go open up another account. You know what I'm saying? To make and send the card up there to make sure that just because my baby way up here in Virginia, that don't mean I don't still supposed to do my part as her father to make sure I'm taking care of my child. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And
sir.
and her and Savannah mama ain't never said, well, hey, you know, well, I seen you were doing this. I seen you was such and such a place, or I seen you had this going on, or I seen you at this concert, or I seen you in this state. Did this. It ain't never been that. It ain't never been that
Because it
because
ain't about that.
it ain't about that. Hey, guess what? I make sure I put money in my baby account every 2 weeks. But guess what? Even with that, dad, I want this, dad, I want that, and it get done. You know what I'm saying? So everybody ain't in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't have it like that. Everybody ain't got to lay it out like that. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking like it's always been, you know what I'm saying? Cause get what? I done did what I had to do to make sure that money was there. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's what you
yeah, that's just what a
supposed to man up. Responsible.
responsible adult will do. And guess
Right.
what? You got to think about it's some mothers out here. They got to pay some of these men child support.
Yes.
There's some mothers out here that got to pay some of these dudes child support. Real talk.
That's
I'm
true.
talking about real talk. I was just in a conversation last night listening to a young lady. You know what I'm saying? She's straight. She got Airbnbs. You know what I'm saying? Her parents taught her money management early in life. You see what I'm saying? Both of the parents straight, but she messed around with a guy. You know what I'm saying? She messed around. And get what? The same. I'm talking about this guy. That lady got paying this guy alimony, paying this guy money. The same way. Mary J. Blige ex-husband did with her. You know what I'm saying?
And
You
still
saw you
still want money. He
and
still want money.
still want
He
this
cold
bread, bro.
he cold blooded.
You pay me, man. You done cheated on the lady and everything, and now you got the. No,
My.
hey, she a multi-millionaire now. She can afford it. She can afford it. Well.
Just gonna shake my head.
Hey, it's there. It's down.
I just, you know, everybody, parents got to step up and do what's right. Take care of your kids. Don't make excuses. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Simple as that.
Y'all come holler at your boy. I'll put you in the game if you need. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. I'm just playing, y'all. Fella, step up, man. These children need us, man. Y'all know that. These babies need us, y'all. Y'all know it, dog. Come on with it, man. And some of y'all mamas too now. Stop taking them children over to big Sue in them house and grandmama and them, and you ain't seen them in 3-4 days. Just cause you done dropped the food stamp card off over there, and they over there eating noodles and shit. I mean, excuse me, girl, don't get me started. I'm fine. Let me stop.
Thank y'all for watching and listening to Everyday Conversations. I'm your host, Martina Kennedy.
I'm your boy, Mr. J in the place.
And as always, take care, guys.